Today, this menu, I want to welcome everybody to Dinner with Friends.
Balls, Tony Dancer, full house, a bunch of dancers. Virgos, Scorpios, and a couple cancers. How I'm living, nigga, is you listening at the answer? Get money, youngins, if you hustling, it's the anthem. Keep your profile low, stand aside at the channel. You know my life, make them ride, make them bang.
How everybody doing?
Hey.
Y'all hungry?
Hungry?
Don't be so tense. Everybody loose up. It's all right. We just here to have some good food.
Yes, sir.
That's it. I am Chef Jason Ellis. So with this menu, I wanted to do something fresh, new, creative, and for some reason, Mediterranean kept popping up in my head. So we took some chicken tenderloins, and I marinated them in fresh extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice and some oregano. So we mixed and muddled the oregano and the lemon juice and let it marinate for about 24 hours. This morning I smoked it on some charcoal and mesquite wood, and then I made a sun-dried tomato cream sauce. Fresh garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, pureed, heavy cream, and we just let that reduce down. And then we topped it with a little fresh parsley and feta cheese. Here we have some fresh bow tie pasta, very simple. Over here on the end, we took some squash, zucchini, some fresh herbs, a little red onion, white wine, butter, lemon juice, a little garlic, and a little onion powder. So you guys enjoy, eat up, and welcome to Dinner with Friends.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to make an exception because I like gluten-free, but I'm going to make an exception for you because I know you're Chef Jason.
You're going to make an exception for me?
Yeah, I got you.
We got a little history, so you know. All right. You guys enjoy.
Thank you. Let's dig in, y'all.
Yeah.
This is what we're here for, right? Ladies first, man. That's what we're here for.
Oh, look at you. Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Stay away from that for now.
It's kind of silly how I do it, bro.
I tell you, every time Chef talks about the menu, I get excited.
Salivating,
I feel it.
Death just to kill, no funeral, a low polo supreme.
So we'll know now when the jacket comes off, it's a problem.
It's real.
Bedford, Nostrand, Marcy.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. So the first thing that I really want to discuss with everybody is why bank black? Why should we bank black?
The real question is, why not? My name is Xavier Peoples. I sit on the advisory board for Citizens Trust Bank. I'm also the co-owner of MBAR, and I am a Democratic delegate for the 5th Congressional District. W.E.B. Du Bois had a quote, "He who you give your money to, you give your power to."
Yep.
And you spoke about the tragedies that has happened over the last 45 to 60 days. And we look at the major corporations in this country, and not to compare one tragedy to another, but when you look at what happened in Orlando at the club, a lot of big major corporations spoke up because of the killings at that club.
Right.
But when you look at the situations that happened in Louisiana, the situation that happened in Minnesota, even when you look at the Emanuel 9 that happened in North Carolina, these same corporations were silent. And so we have to take a step back and ask ourselves, do these corporations really care about us as African Americans? Do they really care about our community? There comes a time in our community where we have to spend our dollars together, we have to support our businesses, and more importantly, we have to support our bank, because the bank is the economic engine in our community. You want loans, you want a house loan, you want a business loan. Citizens Trust Bank has been in the community for 95 years, and they have been lending to the African American community for 95 years, and we need to support that institution. Right. If Citizens Trust Bank fails, that's every person's fault that's sitting around this table and that are under the power of my voice. And so it's important to bank black because, again, we need to refuel that economic engine in our community and allow this bank to thrive, because when we spend together as a community, we win together as a community.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I believe that the attacks are mainly on us. And when I say us, I mean black folk. But what people don't understand is what's further than that is it's going to turn from black people to poor people of every color. Right. Because to me in this country, it's really it's more about economics than anything. But when I look around the West End, what I see is regentrification. Mm-hmm. Regentrification to me is a problem. You know, I don't want to say it's a problem, but it can be a problem. It's like bait and switch. It's like, you know, hey, we're gonna give you a better community, but at the same time, it's almost like you're taking the soul out of the community and moving the people who are there, who really built that community and its characteristics. You moving them out. But my thing is, you're there, right in that community, and you see the regentrification. But what are you guys prepared to do to reinvest into that community and reinvest into black businesses so that they can maintain some sort of, you know, hold on the community, so they're able to be there and they're able to thrive?
So, a couple of things. Number one, I want to give everybody perspective. In a given year prior to the tragedies in the last 45 to 60 days, the bank probably opened up 1,200 accounts in a given year.
1,200?
In a year.
That's crazy.
In the last 60 days, we've opened up 15,000.
That's a lot.
Right. So I want you to wrap your brain around that just for a second, right? So literally, a couple of things have happened. We have to hire more people because we have to get these accounts opened up, particularly the accounts that were online. So we have to hire a back office process, right? But then in addition to that, we have to figure out what the heck are we going to do with all these new customers that we have, right? And so right now, everything happens in phases. You know, we want microwave society where overnight you make your deposits and then the next day Citizens Trust is out in the community and we just giving out money to everybody. It doesn't necessarily work like that. What we have to do is, number one, make sure we get these accounts in the door. But then it's important that we give the people who have deposited their money good customer service.
Right.
And so I'm not gonna lie, Citizens Trust Bank isn't the best bank in town when it comes to technology and services. But what we're doing is we're trying to wrap up our technology and our services, get a better app, get a better website so people can bank online, so people can bank with their app, things of that nature. And then we have plans to immediately pivot to this money that we've taken in. Right. Let's push this money out into the community as quickly as possible. So if you have good business ideas, let's fund these business loans. Refinance your mortgage, because truth be told, deposits are important, but the way the bank makes money is you come to get a credit card with the bank, you come to refinance your mortgage with the bank, you come to get a business loan with the bank. That's the only way that the bank makes money. Your deposits are a liability to the bank, to be honest with you. So trust me, the bank is right now coming up with a plan to quickly pivot and get that money right back out into the community. Also, 15,000 accounts, a lot of those accounts, we have people in our community who are in check systems. So that means you're at another bank and your account went bad at another bank. Your credit may not be the best credit in the world. Right. What we're doing is we're coming up with a program to still give those people a chance and not leave those people out in the cold. Right. So when you talk about banking black, I hate to use other bank names, but a Bank of America or a SunTrust, if you're in check systems, you out the door. You putting your money under your mattress. Right. But here at Citizens Trust Bank, what we want to do is we want to give our community a second chance and give them a place where they can bank and to give them some financial literacy where they can build their credit and build their financial wherewithal so they can get that loans and the things that they want to take off with their businesses and things of that nature.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't never got no business loan.
Well said. Right. It just gave me a lot of perspective too. Yes.
You come to Citizens Trust Bank, you come in the door. We're not just going to kick you out the door and say, you know what, we can't lend to you. What we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, come back with A, B, and C, and we'll be able to help you. As a matter of fact, go across town and see this person. They'll be able to help you. Once they help you, come back, and we'll be able to give you a loan. Right. And so, again, when we talk about banking black, banking local, that's the difference than banking at some big conglomerate. You're banking at a place that truly cares about you as an individual and wants your business to succeed. Because when you win, again, we win. Right. But I want to make a point. As a community, no matter who's in office, we can insulate ourselves if we vote in local elections. We don't do a good job of putting our council members in place. We don't do a good job of putting our local sheriffs in place. These are the positions the elected officials that affect our day-to-day lives. And if you want to change gentrification in your neighborhood, you need to know who your council member is and let him know what's going on and voice your opinion.
Right.
And you need to vote that person in place.
I can say something on that end. I'm Derrick Delano Grace II. I derive from Tampa, Florida, 26 years old. I'm an author, motivational speaker, and homeschool instructor as well. I think it's a real issue, like he was saying, with us being supportive of our partners. I tell people all the time I speak from a place of experience regarding a lot of the violence that's been taking place on our culture with law enforcement. I was a dispatcher for 4 years. My father is Secret Service, now 29 years. I need everybody to understand these places are nothing more than fraternities. These are brotherhoods. Nepotism is very alive. It's been alive and it's going to still be alive. And like you said, until we get out there, and start standing behind our brothers and sisters, championing their movements, we're not really going to see that structural change or that leverage. My opinion, it's a real system and it's a real game. And until you make the proper adjustments and really assess what you're dealing with, you're not going to know how to attack it. And I'm not saying I want us to be able to knock somebody's head off and get away with it. But understand these are real fraternities where when these things take place, they sit down in back offices and go, how can we make this disappear? How can I make sure that he doesn't get 30 years, based upon the decisions he made? And just even more so on that, 2 years ago, I had a shooting myself. It was later clear self-defense, but I had a shooting myself. When I got detained, it was almost like a celebration. When I got there, they simply asked me my name. They said, "Oh, you're Derrick Grace II." Yeah, that's my pops. Okay, he's on his way. I had my daughter's actually over there. She had no car seat, invalid license, and a bad tag. He simply came to me in the back and said, "Listen, call your mother. Get her here right away. We'll get your car out of here, and I need you to do it quick, fast, in a hurry. The news is on the way, and if they see your father, first thing they're gonna say is we handled you this way because of who your father is." And I saw firsthand, even being on the other side of the law, how real nepotism is. They asked me, was I hungry? Did I need something to drink? Remove my cuffs. I just had a shooting. I just shot 2 people. Remove my handcuffs. Took me to detainment. First 48 style in that white room, asking you questions, XYZ. Man, and I no longer than 4 minutes, he came back, he said, you being honest about everything you're telling me? Yeah. All right, your father outside, go home. I never heard nothing else about this situation, even though it did get clear self-defense. Even going to victims assistance, right. Same deal. It was more so, I'm not gonna say a party, but they really rolled the red carpet out, and I saw just how far they'll go when you, quote unquote, one of theirs, to make sure everything is squared away. So going back to what he was saying, we definitely have to stand behind each other when we're trying to be lawyers, when we're trying to be judges, councilmen, all those things. If you want to create leverage, right. You're gonna have to infiltrate at some point. It's a real system, and if we're not unifying and lock in and figure out how we can get in there and bring about that change, then our baby's gonna deal with the same plague. It's a systemic plague. It's been here with our grandparents, and it'll be here with our children if we don't unify and find a way to, eat the building from the inside out. So I'm definitely with you on that. We definitely got to stand behind each other and support each other when we're making those moves to create leverage in this biased system.
I got a question. Go ahead. My name's Miya Bailey. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a father. I'm a husband, and I'm an artist, a visual artist. Yeah, how do we get information when you're trying to get information on the local people running for elections? How can we see what they stand for?
So there is a website, I don't know the website off the top of my head, but there is a website literally where anybody in this country is running for something, you can pull them up and find out what their platform is. And so Google is the best way. And I'll just make this point and then I'll leave it alone after this. Every politician that I talk to them all. Again, going back to gentrification, going back to local elections, what every politician says is financially the African American community does not support me. And so they're beholden to the people who cut them the big checks. A lot of times, big time developers who don't look like us, who don't care about our interests in our neighborhoods. And so they're gonna first pass laws for those people, and that's how your neighborhood ends up being gentrified. So if you want to know how to support your local politician, the first thing you need to do is support them financially. Find someone who you believe in, who you want to get behind, and support them financially, and you'll immediately see things changing in your local community.
That's dope. I agree. Again, I think lastly, just talking about that, if you decide to bank black, ask questions. Don't bank black just because a rapper tells you to bank black. No disrespect to Killer Mike, it's my brother. But bank black because you know why you're banking black. And a black bank is a bank. At the end of the day, it's a bank. But understand that in that you're supporting black business if you are black. You don't have to be black to support black business. But at the end of the day, man, like anything else, ask questions.
It's kinda silly how I do it, bro. Feel me, tough as Brillo, but it's beautiful. If you was
You know, put my whole life, you know, on a different trajectory, but I saw an opportunity.
Kill, no funeral, a low polo, Supreme and Uniqlo.
Sometimes in life, a certain situation finds you and you like, this is it.
She's so mean, her steez so bossy. You already know how Brooklyn girls come across.
If you're comfortable being a starving artist, man, you know what, man? I mean, some people create art for the art. I never had that luxury. I think that's luxury. You know what I'm saying? Just to be sitting around and just doing some, I'm gonna spend 12 hours a day working on a painting and don't sell it. I just never had that luxury, man. You know, I really don't even put those type of people in my, I don't waste my time even fathom why they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? I just know that every artist I know personally, I'm making money.